a 6-foot, fifth-year senior from Austin, Texas, out of Westlake High School. 6.8 points, 2.3 rebounds per contest. One of their more dangerous three-point shooters, has hit 32 of those on the season. Add a forward, number 32, Jackalinga Wanintenda, 6'2 senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, out of Washington High School, where she was the South Dakota Gatorade High School Player of the Year. 5.2 points, 2.8 rebounds per contest. Played well in the meeting in Austin, had 8 points, 5 rebounds in their win against the Gamecocks. Add a forward, number 35, Madison Booker, the 6'1 sophomore from Ridgeland, Mississippi, out of Germantown High School, where she was a McDonald's High School All-American, is the SEC Player of the Year this year, and she's had quite a tournament already. Had 19.7 rebounds in their win on Thursday here against Ole Miss, and last night in their win over LSU, 25 points and 6 boards, averaging 16.4 points, 6.5 rebounds per contest. She can shoot it from anywhere, and a pretty good three-point shooter as well, is 43%, but she can drive to the basket as well. Has 12 20-point games and 6 double-doubles on the season. Had just 7.7 rebounds in the first meeting with the Gamecocks, 20 points, 11 boards in their win in Austin. And in the middle, number 44, Taylor Jones, 6'4", sixth-year senior from Forney, Texas, in her third year at Texas after transferring from Oregon State. 12 points, 6.9 rebounds per contest. She's fourth in the SEC in block shots, has 4 20-point games and 7 double-doubles on the season. Longhorns in their burnt orange uniforms, white numbers, white trim down the side of the uniform. They'll be moving from right to left as we look at them from across the official scorers table at a packed house here at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. Coach Dawn Staley's Gamecocks coming in at 29-3, obviously also 15-1 in SEC play, and it's the usual suspects. Point guard number 25, Raven Johnson, 5'8" redshirt junior from Atlanta, out of Westlake High School, where she was a McDonald's High School All-American, named to the SEC All-Defensive Team this year. 5 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.9 assists per contest. Another guard, number 0, Tahina Pau, 5'9" senior from Oceanside, California, out of La Jolla Country Day, where she was a McDonald's High School All-American, transferred from Oregon a couple of years ago, and earned second-team All-SEC honors this year for the second year in a row. 9.9 points, 2.7 rebounds, 3.1 assists per contest. Sorry with the background noise. They've got the smoke machine camped out right in front of us. So every time they introduce a player, that blasts off and scares the bejesus out of me. All right, another guard, number 23, Breezy Hall, 6-foot senior from Dayton, Ohio, at Wayne High School, where she was a McDonald's High School All-American. 6.3 points, 3.2 rebounds per contest. And a forward, number 21, is Chloe Kitch. There it is again, 6'2 junior from Oviedo, Florida, out of DME Academy. 10 points, 7.8 rebounds, ranked 9th in the SEC. And she had a good tournament so far, 25 points, 10 rebounds in the first game of the tournament on Thursday. And then 10 points, 4 rebounds in the win over Oklahoma yesterday. And the other forward, number 20, Sanaya Fagan, 6'3 senior from Ellenwood, Georgia, out of Forest Park High School, where she was a McDonald's High School All-American, named to the SEC All-Defensive Team this year. 8 points, 4.5 rebounds, 6th in the SEC in block shots. Has had a pretty good tournament. 13 points, 9 rebounds on Thursday, 14 points yesterday, hitting 7 out of 9 shots, and did an outstanding job defensively against the All-American center, Reagan Beers. Gamecocks in their traditional home white uniforms today. Garnet numbers trimmed in black. Garnet and black trimmed down the side of the uniform. They'll be moving from left to right as we look at them from across the official scorers table here again at a packed house in Greenville. Your officials for today's game: Dee Kantner, Gina Cross, and Felicia Grinter. Veteran crew there for this championship Sunday at the SEC tournament. Gamecocks trying to win it for the third year in a row and 9th time overall. It's their 6th consecutive appearance in the SEC tournament championship game. Of course, lost on a buzzer beater 3 years ago to Kentucky, but went on to win the national championship that year. Quick update on Gamecock baseball. Game 3 of their series with Morehead State over at Ray Tanner Field at Founders Park. Top of the 6th inning, Gamecocks have finally played it a run after some double-digit run-scoring efforts in their first 2 wins against Morehead State. They lead it 1-0 in the top of the 6th inning there. And we'll keep you updated on that as the afternoon continues. But here, SEC Tournament Championship is on the line as the Gamecocks and Texas Longhorns do battle for the 3rd time. Both teams winning on their home floor. This obviously a neutral site, but obviously a little favored attendance-wise for the Gamecocks with a short drive from Columbia here to Greenville. A reminder, Backstreet's Grill, our host of Carolina Calls, is a proud partner of Gamecock Athletics. Backstreet's features a wide selection of wine and local craft beers, scratch-made food, and family-friendly atmosphere. Proudly owned and operated by Gamecock alumni. Located at 2400 Devine Street. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with brunch on Sundays at 11:30. Let Backstreet's cater your next tailgate. And don't forget our final edition of Carolina Calls with Coach Dawn Staley coming up this Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And it's Tuesday, March 11th at Backstreet's Grill. Join us for that. But first things first, got a championship game to play. South Carolina and Texas. Locking up here, Chloe Kitts to the jump circle for the Gamecocks. Big 6'4" Taylor Jones for Texas. Again, Longhorns have the big size advantage with Jones and Oldacre coming off the bench. Oldacre, the 6'6" post that comes off the bench for them. Dee Cantner, the lead official, to the jump circle. Let's light this candle. Ball's in the air, tip controlled by the Gamecocks, moving left to right, and we're underway here on Championship Sunday. Man-to-man defense for the Longhorns. We'll work it left side to Tahina Paopao. Paopao on the dribble, behind the back, dumps it up top to Fagan. On the dribble with the left hand, hands it off to Chloe Kitts into the lane. Pull-up jumper, got it. And the Gamecocks strike first as Chloe Kitts will start the scoring today. 2-0 Gamecocks. Texas on their first possession as Harmon will bring it up on Raven Johnson. Two of the best point guards in the country going head-to-head here. Harmon around the screen, passes to her right to Holly. Back up to Harmon. Now to Jones, hands it off to Booker, the player of the year in the SEC, guarded by Breezy Hall. Feed it to Holly, left of the lane, pull-up jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound, lost out of bounds to the Longhorns. Rebounding is going to be a key here. Texas, the third best rebounding team in the SEC. Also the second best shooting team. Harmon will bring it in, baseline left side for the Longhorns. Gets it in right side. Ball fumbled by Booker. Otherwise, she was going to have an uncontested layup as we got lost in the wash. Pull it back out up top to Harmon. Harmon pulls up from the free throw line. Left it short. Rebound Fagan, and the Gamecocks have it. Leading 2-0 with a minute gone by. Raven gets it across to Fagan. Fagan right side to Breezy Hall. Hall around a screen from Fagan. Can't do much with it. Up top to Paopao. Tight man-to-man coverage. Paopao around a screen from Kitts, trying to stay out of a trap. Drives the lane right side, spins back to her left. Pull-up jumper, got it! And the Gamecocks lead 4-0. First points for Tahina Paopao. 8:38 to play in the opening quarter. Here come the Longhorns. Harmon dribbling right wing, guarded by Raven in the man-to-man. Up top to Holly. Holly, guarded by Powell, works it right side again to Harmon. Shot clock at 13. Harmon guarded by Raven, around a screen, pulls up from the foul line and airbolted into the baseline. They try to save it from going out of bounds. Jones tips it, but it goes right to Tahina Paopao of the Gamecocks. Carolina has it leading 4-0. Paopao gives it up to Fagan, far corner to Raven. 4-0 Gamecocks here, 2 minutes gone by. Fagan, left corner, on the dribble, working against the big girl. Zips it right side to Paopao. Doesn't pull the trigger on the three. She'll zip it to Breezy in the far corner. She can't pull the trigger. Shot clock down to 9. Paopao for three, right wing. Back rimmed it, no good. Rebound Shea Holly. Paopao had a good look, couldn't knock it down. Still 4-0 Gamecocks. Here come the Longhorns. Harmon passes left to Holly. Lobs it inside to the big girl. Back up top, Harmon. Works it right side to Booker, the player of the year. Pulls up from 15 right side. In and out, no good. Rebound Chloe Kitts, and the Gamecocks have it. 7.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. 4-0 Carolina. Here's Chloe Kitts at the free throw line. Passes right to Fagan on the low block. Fagan squares up on the baseline. Zips it far corner to Paopao, who saves it from going out of bounds, but then threw the ball away. Harmon comes out of there with it on the steal. Harmon, stop and go. Feeds it left side to Holly. It's knocked out of bounds off of Holly. Carolina ball. So both teams got careless with it there. Gamecocks catch a break. Still 4-0 Gamecocks with 7:14 to play here in the opening quarter. Raven Johnson will bring it up. 7:13 to play in the opening quarter. Get it across to Fagan. Now right side to Breezy Hall. Tight man-to-man coverage from Booker. A lot of contact, but no foul called on that trip. Breezy up top. Shot clock already halfway down. Breezy wants someone to come back and get the ball, so hand it off to Raven. Shot clock down to 10. Guarded by Holly. Raven bounce pass to Chloe Kitts. Trying to drive. Kick it out to Paopao. Left side for three. Off the front rim, no good. Powell's had two good looks. Couldn't knock him down. Here come the Longhorns. Madison Booker up top. Lobs it down low to the big girl. Knocked out of bounds by Paopao, coming out on the help defense. 6:40 to play. It's 4-0 Gamecocks. Texas will have it. We want to go to the bench as Malaysia Fulwiley will check in. the sophomore from Columbia out of Keenan High School, named second team All-SEC and sixth woman of the year. She'll pick up Pow. Fulwiley averaging 12.2 points a game. Good news is we're getting good looks for Powell. She's just not knocking them down right now. Booker to bring it in, baseline right side. Ball tipped by Breezy Hall, and she swats it out of bounds and tumbles into the cameraman. She actually tipped it twice. And gets a good. Coach Staley's laughing about it because it wasn't the most graceful looking play, but hey, you got to like the hustle. So now Harmon will take her turn to bring it in, the point guard. Still looking, got to hurry, gets it into Tenda, driving in the lane. Oh, got away with a walk, puts it up, no good. Oh, it did go in. It rattled around the cage and fell in. Thought we were going to get a travel, didn't get it. 4-2, the lead cut in half, 6:25 to play here in the opening quarter. Malaysia Fulwiley bumped but no foul. Drives in the lane anyway. Rolls it up and in. Malaysia Fulwiley with her first points, and it's 6-2 Gamecocks. Another acrobatic layup for Lay. 6-2 Carolina. Here's Harmon, guarded by Fulwiley. Goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Comes around a screen, does Harmon to her right at the free throw line on the pick and roll inside. But they missing the layup, however, was Taylor Jones. And that's a break for the Gamecocks. She was wide open on the pick and roll. Here's Breezy Hall right side. We're going to get a foul on Madison Booker. The SEC Player of the Year picks up her first foul of the game on either team. It's 6-2 Gamecocks with 5:55 to play in the opening quarter. Boy, Fulwiley surely makes layups exciting, doesn't she? Carolina ball will bring it in, baseline right side. Raven Johnson to do the honors. As we line up in the lane. Raven still looking, goes up top to Fulwiley, and we're underway. Man-to-man defense by Tenda. Dribbling to her left around a Skeen. Pulls up from the left elbow. Back rimmed it no good. Booker with the rebound. And then the Longhorns, the Gamecocks knocked it out of bounds. It trickles down to the out of bounds at the near midcourt. One of the Gamecock defenders must have knocked it out. So Texas ball. Gamecocks lead at 6-2 with 5:45 to play. Chloe Kitts out. Joyce Edwards checks in for the first time. The freshman from Camden, who earned first team All-SEC honors, averaging 13.2 points a game. They lob it into Harmon, and we're underway. She'll get it across the SEC logo. Guarded by Raven in the man-to-man. Comes around a screen to her right. Swing it to Booker in the corner. Lobs it inside to Jones. Jones' shot won't go down. Gets her own rebound and sticks it back in. And that's where the height advantage becomes a problem. Gamecocks lead is trimmed 6-4. Played defense well against her, but the big post player got her own miss. Here's Fagan. Kicks it out near corner to Fulwiley. Fulwiley drives in the lane. Hands it off to Edwards. Edwards off the window too strong. Fagan with a rebound. Muscles her way up. Won't go down. Second shot won't go down. Tenda with the rebound. It's going to be tied up. Held ball. Possession will go back to Texas. Well, the good news is Gamecocks getting some boards, just unable to finish in traffic with those tall trees down there, just swatting away shots. And we saw it on the other end, the trees getting the offensive rebounds. So we're midway through the first quarter. Gamecocks lead 6-4, but Texas with a chance to tie or take its first lead here. Harmon dribbling right. Now back to her left across the top of the circle. Whistle away from the ball. I'm going to get a foul in the Gamecocks, trying to slow down the Longhorns as Breezy Hall will pick up her first. First on Carolina. That'll send us to a media timeout. 4:59 to play in the first quarter. South Carolina leading Texas by a score of 6-4. For two, they struggled from three-point range yesterday. We're just 2 for 15. Obviously, you want to work for the higher percentage shots anyway, but tougher to do against these tall trees from Texas, including Madison Booker, who had an offensive stick back on her own rebound, on her own miss a moment ago, and then got a block on the other end as well. Great crowd here, as always, at the SEC tournament, especially in Greenville. A lot of garnet and black, as you might expect. On the floor for the Gamecocks, Fulwiley, Edwards, Kitts back in, Raven Johnson, and checking in Tessa Johnson, the sophomore from Albertville, Minnesota. 8.3 points per game for her. Had 11 yesterday in the win over 10th-ranked Oklahoma. Texas ball as play resumes. They'll bring it in baseline right side, looking to tie it or take their first lead, perhaps. Harmon will trigger it in from the baseline. They get it into Booker. Quick jumper from 15 feet. Won't go down, but Holly gets the rebound. Got to get the arms up. They feed it inside, and Joyce Edwards steps into the passing lane and takes it away. Gamecocks have it on the turnover. Raven drives, pulls up from the free throw line. Got it! Raven Johnson with her first points, and the Gamecocks lead 8-4. She never stopped the dribble and got a good look from 15 feet and knocked it down. 4:35 to play in the opening quarter. Here's Harmon. Passes up top to Holly. Back to Booker. Booker around a screen to her right. Fulwiley takes her on the switch. Drives to the foul line. 15-footer. Left it short. Raven a rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Leading by 4. Quickly down the floor. Fulwiley fumbles, recovers, drives, hands it off. It was knocked out of bounds by Texas. Maybe a little too unselfish there by Fulwiley. Was trying to get it to Kitts, who was well guarded. She might have had a chance to lay it in herself. Either way, it'll be Carolina ball. You hate to talk badly about unselfishness now, right? Raven delivers up top to Kitts. We're back underway. 8-4 Gamecocks. Kitts on the dribble. On the drive right side. Fumbles the ball. Raven picks up the loose ball with 15 to shoot it. Guarded by Booker in the man-to-man. Work it right side to Joyce. Edwards around a screen. Dumps it down on the pick and roll and threw it away. Bad pass by Joyce Edwards there. He knew what she was trying to do, but the pass nowhere near Chloe Kitts. Here come the Longhorns down the floor. They get it to Jones, and she'll lay it up and in. Nice reverse layup by Taylor Jones, and it's 8-6. She's got 4 of their 6 points. We're really struggling to guard the big 6'4" post player. Fulwiley across the timeline. 3:43 to play in the opening quarter. She'll drive in the lane, puts it off the window too strong, and the Longhorns get the rebound. I think Fulwiley trying to draw the contact, but they weren't blowing the whistle. Here comes Holly the other way. Bounce pass in the lane is knocked out of bounds by the Gamecocks. Preventing a layup by Taylor Jones. A good recovery there by the Gamecocks as Texas went flying down the floor. They'll get a sub in with the Longhorns. Justice Carlton checks in, a freshman from Katy, Texas, averaging 5.5 points a game. She'll pick up Wenentanda. Harmon will bring it in baseline right side. Gamecocks lead at 8-6. They trigger it into Booker. Now back to Harmon, the point guard, will bring it up top. Guarded by Raven. Bounce pass to Booker in the near corner. 15 on the shot clock. Now up top, looking inside for Jones. Carlton on the dribble drive, right of the lane. Puts it up, no good, but she walked with it. And the Gamecocks will have it on a turnover. We'll get Tina Pow into the contest. She'll pick up Raven. 3:18 to play in the opening quarter. Gamecocks leading number 1 Texas 8-6. Pow running point now with Raven out. It's been a struggle. Pow across the SEC logo to Joyce Edwards up top. Edwards dribbling to her right, hands it off to Tessa. Tessa around a screen, trying to create. Shot clock halfway down. Tessa hands it off to Fulwiley. Fulwiley with 12 to shoot it. On the dribble, drives into the lane, hands it off to Pow. Pow back up top, Edwards. 15-footer, back rimmed, no good. Rebound, Madison Booker. Thought the Gamecocks were going to get a rebound there, but Booker went flying up for it. Here she comes the other way. Pulls up from the baseline. Missed it short. Rebound out to Fulwiley, and the Gamecocks have it. It's 1-on-2. Fulwiley liked the math, tried the drive, and Harmon knocked it out of her hands out of bounds to prevent the layup. Pretty good defensive play there as Fulwiley split the 2 defenders in front of her, and somehow Harmon got a piece of it to knock it out and prevent a layup. Still 8-6 Gamecocks. 2:38 to play in the quarter. Pow to bring it in baseline left side. Gets it into Fulwiley. Back to Tessa on the left wing. Tessa on the dribble drive. Tessa Johnson hands it off to Chloe Kitts, and Chloe Kitts will finish on the dish from Tessa Johnson, and the Gamecocks lead at 10-6. 2:24 to play in the opening quarter. Back to a 4-point lead. Here come the Longhorns. Harmon up top. Dribbling left, guarded by Pow. Hands it off to Carlton as they run their weave. Passes right to Holly. Good look at a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound to Joyce Edwards, and the Gamecocks have it. Outlet to Pow. Gamecocks with a 4-point lead at 10-6. Edwards hands it off right side to Tessa. Around a screen to her right. Gets around the big post player. Pulls up from the baseline. Swirls out, no good. Oh, goodness. Good shot by Tessa. Had a good look from about 12 feet. It rolled all the way around the rim and popped out. Texas with the rebound. 1:45 to play in the first quarter. 10-6 Carolina. Here's Harmon dribbling right. Pow playing about 6 feet off her. Bounce pass up top. Whistle away from the ball. Going to be a foul on South Carolina. Going to put that on Joyce Edwards. Edwards will pick up her first and the team's second. And here comes the taller tree for Texas. Big Kyla Oldacre, the 6'6 junior from Mason, Ohio, will pick up the 6'4 Jones. We'll get Sanaya Fagan back in for Joyce Edwards. But keep an eye on Oldacre. She was in double figures in both games off the bench against the Gamecocks. Had 11 points, 16 rebounds in Columbia. 13 points against the Gamecocks in the second meeting, and she seemed unstoppable in that second half. And when you can throw it high to 6'6", it's tough to defend. Harmon will bring it in, baseline right side. Gets it into Oldacre, then puts it up and in, right on cue. You knew it was coming and you couldn't stop it. Her first points. And the Gamecocks lead is cut to 2 at 10-8. Minute and a half to play. To Tessa Johnson cutting across the baseline, and she's fouled on the way up and will go to the line. First free throws of the game for the Gamecocks, as the Longhorns are whistled for just their second foul of the day. They'll put that one on Jordan Lee, a freshman from Stockton, California, who had checked in, named to the SEC All-Freshman team, and McDonald's All-American out of St. Mary's High School. So here's Tessa at the line looking for her first points. First for Tessa is good, and it's 11-8 Gamecocks. Tessa with 11 points yesterday in the win over Oklahoma, 78% free throw shooter. Second free throw, nothing but net. 4-point lead again for the Gamecocks at 12-8. 1:26 to play in the opening quarter. Harmon will bring it up. Guarded by Pow. Up top to Booker. Work it left side to Lee. Lee working on Chloe Kitts. Cut off at the top of the circle. She picks up the dribble. Shot clock down to 10. Ball kicked around. It's loose on the floor. Tessa Johnson comes out of there with it, and the Gamecocks have it. Here's Fulwiley. Fulwiley drives in the lane. Off-balance shot. Won't go down. Kitts with the rebound. Kicks it out to Fagan at the free throw line. In and out, no good. And the Longhorns get the rebound. Oh, goodness. Gamecocks had a couple of good looks. Couldn't knock them down and take advantage of the turnover. Here comes Harmon driving in the lane. Pull-up jumper left of the lane is good for her first points, and the lead down to 2 at 12-8. And that's a big 4-point swing there after the Gamecocks looked like they were going to get some points. The lead down to 2 with 35 seconds to play in the quarter. Here's Fulwiley on the baseline. Up top to Tessa. Tessa around a screen to her left on the dribble. Shot clock at 15. Shot clock down to 12 now, and we almost throw it away. Knocked away by Harmon, but Pow picks it up. 10 seconds to shoot it. Pow with 5 to shoot it. Around a screen to her left. Pulls up for 3 to beat the buzzer. In and out, no good. Oh, my goodness. It went halfway down and popped out. Final 9 seconds of the first quarter. Lead is 2. The Longhorns can work for the final shot. Here's Booker, guarded by Tessa Johnson. Trying to drive. Behind the back dribble. Stolen away by Pow, and that's how the first quarter will end. So good defense there. 10 minutes in the books. South Carolina leading number 1 Texas 12-10 here in the SEC Tournament Championship game. A reminder, this women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Deotis on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. And to beat the shot clock, and it swirled halfway down and popped out. Right now, Texas leading the rebound department 12-9. Gamecocks are going to have to hold their own down there, but a difficult job with the size that Texas has. This is such a tough matchup for the Gamecocks because of the terrific size and depth that Texas has in the post. Chloe Kitts leading the Gamecocks with 4 points. And Taylor Jones, their starting post player for Texas, has 4 to lead them as well. Packed house here in Greenville, as it always is, especially when the Gamecocks are in the championship game, which they've been quite often. Gamecocks looking for their 9th SEC tournament title in the last 11 years and 3rd in a row. They've been to the championship game 6 years in a row. On the floor for the Gamecocks, Raven Johnson, Tahina Pow, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan. So the original starting 5 out there to start the second quarter. The Carolina ball to start the second quarter moving left to right in their home whites, Texas in their burnt orange. And we're underway. Raven Johnson will bring it across the SEC logo. Just a 2-point lead. Work it left side to Chloe Kitts. Kitts on the dribble around a screen from Pow. Pulls it back to Pow. And then the bodies tumble to the floor, but no foul calls. The ball is loose, and Texas comes out of there with it. Well, I guess they just called it incidental, as that pass was intended for Kitts, but she was on the floor. She got her feet tangled up with her defender, I guess. Booker works it left side to Harmon. Near corner, Holly all by herself for 3, but she airballed it. Rebound lost out of bounds off of Booker. Oh, no. That was off of Booker. They gave that to Texas, but that was clearly off of Madison Booker from our view. They're going to give the ball to Texas. No. No, that's not right. That went off of Booker and out of bounds, and nobody saw it. Oh, how can they do that? Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. All three officials missed it. They go up top to Oldacre. Longhorns with the basketball. They give it to Harmon. Guarded by Raven Johnson. Shot clock down to 6. Harmon, near corner to Holly. Feeds it to Harmon. She's got to take a three to beat the buzzer. Kisses off the front rim, no good. And the Gamecocks avoid an issue after the ball clearly should have been theirs. Still just a 2-point lead at 12-10. We lob it down low to Chloe Kitts. Gets her man in the air, lays it up and in. She's fouled. Count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play. Kitts with 6 points. A terrific entry pass. It could have drawn rain. Just over the defender, plopped into her hand. She got the hoop and the harm. Now she's at the line, and the Gamecocks back to a 4-point lead. First score for either team here in the second quarter. Gets at the line. Follow-up free throw is good. And the largest lead of just 5 points at 15-10, but a good start for the Gamecocks. Kitts an 82% foul shooter. Minute gone by here in the second quarter. Here come the Longhorns. Harmon across the timeline, guarded by Raven. Around the screen to her right. Pulls it back out to Booker at the free throw line. Gamecocks try to double on her. She has to dribble away from traffic. Shot clock down to 12. One-on-one with Breezy Hall. Gets a screen from Oldacre. Goes the other way around the screen from Oldacre. Feeds it inside. Ball knocked loose. We are anticipating the pass, but it went out of bounds, unfortunately, off of Raven Johnson. We couldn't corral after knocking the entry pass away from Oldacre. Just couldn't get a handle on it. It'll remain with Texas, but 4 seconds on the shot clock. Last time on this inbound of the basket, they found the 6'6 post, and she basically got a free shot in front of the rim. See if they do the same thing. Harmon gets it into Booker. Booker trying to, or no, that's one and time. The ball knocked free. That's a shot clock violation. Great defense there by the Gamecocks. Forcing the turnover, and the Gamecocks will have it leading by 5 at 15-10. And the crowd applauds the effort. Raven Johnson will bring it up. She'll be met by Holly at the SEC logo. 8.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Raven dribbling left around tight man-to-man coverage. Gets it to Kitts on the roll. Pulls up from the baseline. In and out, no good. Rebound Booker. Goodness. Gamecocks are getting some quality shots, but a lot of them going halfway down and popping out. Whistle away from the ball. And one of the officials, stops play as Rory Harmon, the point guard for the Longhorns, is down on the court on the other end. I didn't see what happened. She was all the way down on the other end of the floor. Not sure what happened there. Let's hope she's all right. One of the best point guards in the country. Hey, when it's time to choose your Medicaid plan, choose Healthy Blue for free checkups, prescriptions, vision and dental care, and urgent care, plus qualify for free extra benefits, including gift cards, diapers, car seats, and so much more. All from your local plan, backed by the Cross and Shield. Learn more at healthybluesc.com. Looks like they're gonna take a timeout here. Championship game between the two regular season co-champions. They split the regular season meeting. Got a low-scoring affair here with the Gamecocks leading at 15-10. Gamecocks is 6 out of 18 from the floor. The Longhorns 5 out of 17. Both 0 for 3 from three-point range. Chloe Kitts leading the Gamecocks with 7 points. Update on Gamecock baseball, playing the third game of their series with Moorhead State at Ray Tanner Field at Founders Park after the Gamecocks won the first two meetings on Friday and Saturday. Got a pitcher's duel. Bottom of the 8th inning, South Carolina leading Moorhead State 1-0. That's how it goes. Over on the softball diamond, South Carolina opening up SEC play. Game 1 of their doubleheader at number 1 Oklahoma. And the Sooners lead that one 5-2. They got 5 runs on 3 home runs in the first inning to the Sooners. On the floor for the Gamecocks as play resumes. Raven Johnson, Tahina Powell, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan. Going to be Texas ball as play resumes. They'll bring it in front of us with the Gamecocks leading 15-10. Nintendo will trigger it in. Gets it into Brianna Preston, the freshman from Jonesboro, Georgia, taking over point guard duties right now. Dribbling to her right. Nintendo back on the right wing. Shot clock at 15. Now to Booker as they run their weave, and she just kicked it out of bounds. Booker dribbled it off her own shoe, the player of the year in the SEC. Just got a little too fast for her own doing. And the Gamecocks will have it on the turnover. 7th turnover of the first half by Texas. Gamecocks got to find a way to make them pay, but it's been tough to get quality looks. Gamecocks have actually shot the ball, taken some good shots, just a lot rolling in and out. Here's Breezy Hall, top of the circle on the dribble, trying to create. Breezy into the lane and got knocked to the floor by Oldacre, and the Longhorns come out of there with it. And that's not a matchup you want, driving into the big 6'6" post player. Here comes Madison Booker the other way, dumps it down low to Oldacre, ball knocked loose, but the Longhorns recover. They feed it inside to Tenda. Trying to drive, swatted away by Chloe Kitts, and Breezy Hall picks up the rebound. Good defense there by Kitts. Here come the Gamecocks the other way, still leading by 5. Raven Johnson finds Kitts on the low block, fighting through a double team, finds Fagan, and Fagan will finish off the dish from Chloe Kitts, and the Gamecocks lead 17-10. What a look there by Kitts as Fagan got it to go. She was fighting through the double team with big Oldacre crashing down on her. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter, 7-point lead for the Gamecocks. Here's Booker up top, working on Breezy, around a screen from Oldacre, pulls up from the free throw line, in and out, no good. Rebound Raven, and the Gamecocks have it. Gamecocks want to run. Raven weaving through defenders, and we've got a whistle away from the ball. What is this all about? Going to get a foul on the Longhorns before the Gamecocks could even get a shot off. Brianna Preston getting mixed up with Breezy Hall. So the Gamecocks will have it. 6:49 to play in the half with a 7-point lead. Pow will bring it in baseline left side. Up top to Kitts, and we're underway. Kitts looking for a cutter. It's Raven under the basket, but she blows the layup. Fagan with the rebound, cut off by Oldacre. Throws it back up top to Kitts. Got to finish that. Breezy Hall up top for 3, and she airballed it into the baseline. My goodness. And the Gamecocks, they're getting open looks from 3, but they're 0 for 4 from distance. I know that's not the shot they want to take often, but Breezy missed the rim by about a foot. She'll come out. Tessa Johnson comes back in, and Breezy looks very dejected after that miss. Texas ball moving right to left. Gamecocks lead is 7. Preston passes right to Booker. They run their weave up top now to Holly. Holly top of the circle, guarded by Raven. Shot clock at 15. Now to Booker, guarded by Tessa. Trying to use a screen from Oldacre. Comes around it to her left. Tessa stays with her. Shot clock at 10 from Tenda. Trying to drive on Kitts. Cut off in the corner. Feeds it to Preston. Preston pulls it out. 3 seconds to shoot it. Preston around the screen to her right. Pull-up jumper to beat the buzzer. It's a glass ball. That's a shot clock violation. Second time this half, the Gamecocks have forced a shot clock violation. Carolina will go to their bench. Joyce Edwards, Malaysia Fulwiley in. Chloe Kitts, Tahina Pow out. 17-10, Gamecocks in front. Trying to add to it here. And offensively, it's been a rock fight. Texas was in a rock fight last night with LSU in a low-scoring game. Rory Harmon back in. She'll pick up Preston for Texas. So good to see the starting point guard back, not injured seriously. Raven Johnson will bring it up. 6 minutes to play in the half. Gets it across to Joyce Edwards. Joyce dribbling to her right. Up top to Tessa now. Working around the perimeter. Fagan feeds it inside. Ball tipped out of bounds by Oldacre. No. That's South Carolina ball. Yeah, the baseline official is going to give that to Texas. My goodness, we've already had one of those screw-ups earlier today. Raven will bring it in baseline left side. Gets it into Joyce Edwards. Back to Raven. 14 on the shot clock now for Fulwiley. Fulwiley around a screen from Fagan. Trying to work to a double team. Dumps it to Fagan at the free throw line. Tessa, far corner 3. Bang! Got it! Three-pointer for Tessa Johnson, her 38th of the year, and the Gamecocks have their largest lead, 20-10. And a timeout taken by Vic Schaefer of Texas with 5:39 to play here in the second quarter. Want to stop the bleeding. Gamecocks with their first double-digit lead, hitting their first three-pointer. It comes with 5:39 to play in the second quarter. It has been an absolute struggle. Here's this ball as Vic Schaefer burned his first timeout. Gamecocks on an 8-0 run here. The Texas ball will go the length of the floor. The Gamecocks will match up man-to-man. Raven will pick up Harmon as she crosses the timeline. Comes around a screen to her right. Back up top it comes to Tenda. Feed it down low, ball knocked away. Fulwiley comes out of there with it. Racing down the floor is Fulwiley. It's 2-on-2, but she was too fast for her own shoes and outran the basketball, and Texas comes back with it. She literally outran the basketball. They feed it left side, Tenda on the baseline. Knifes her way, and shot blocked from behind by Joyce Edwards, and the Gamecocks have it. What a defensive effort there. We're midway through the second quarter. Still 20-10 Gamecocks over number 1 Texas. Raven Johnson across the timeline. Works it right side to Fagan. Shot clock halfway down. Fagan looking inside, feeds it to Edwards at the free throw line. Edwards will step back, tries to drive the lane left side against Oldacre, and there's a foul. Finally, we got a whistle on the big 6'6" post player as Joyce was knocked to the floor. Oldacre at 6'6", and let's just say she fills up the lane. And that'll send the Gamecocks to the line for a pair. It'll be Joyce Edwards looking for her first points. The freshman ran into a tree. And Kyla Oldacre. Here's Edwards for a couple. First one is good, and it's 21-10. Joyce 77% on the year. Second free throw, got it. And it's a 10-0 run for the Gamecocks. Carolina leads it 22-10. 4:50 to play in the second quarter. Here's Booker across the timeline, guarded by Tessa. Dribbling to her left. Cut off on the block, comes around a screen from Oldacre. Still has it on the floor, feeds it down low to Oldacre. Oldacre working on Fagan. A little hook shot up, rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Fulwiley, and the Gamecocks have it. Fulwiley steams across the timeline, drives into the lane left side, rolls it up and in. She's fouled, count the basket. Chance for a three-point play, and this place is going bananas. Malaysia Fulwiley goes coast to coast. It's a 12-0 run for the Gamecocks, and they lead by 14 with 4:26 to play in the half. Fulwiley at the line, has 4 points now. This is her first visit to the charity stripe. Follow-up free throw is good, and it's 25-10. Gamecocks in front. Here come the Longhorns. Harmon across the timeline, picked up by Raven. Gamecocks stay in the man-to-man as per usual. Harmon dribbling to her right in front of the Carolina bench. Picks up the dribble. Feeds it left side to Holly. Guarded by Fulwiley. Comes around the screen to her right. Passes right to Harmon. Shot clock at 10. Harmon, 15-foot jumper, was blocked by Raven. Rebound Fulwiley. Long outlet pass to Tessa. One girl to beat. She will lay it up and in. And the Gamecocks lead 27-10. And another timeout taken by Vic Schaefer to try to stop the bleeding. It's a 15-0 run. And the Gamecocks have a 17-point lead. And the Gamecock fans on their feet, waving their towels. Second timeout taken by Texas. It's a 30. We'll keep it right here. Hey, what does farm to table mean to you, Gamecock fans? Well, thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy locally grown food at any table, including tailgates. Visit CertifiedSC.com. It's a matter of taste. 3:57 to play in the second quarter. Still a long way to go in this one, obviously. But the Gamecocks off to a good start, leading top-ranked Texas 27-10 here in the SEC Tournament Championship. On the floor for the Gamecocks, Raven and Tessa, Johnson and Johnson, Fulwiley, Edwards, and Fagan. Not sure what the dance is that everybody's doing in the stands, but they're all doing it at once, and it's pretty cool. Texas ball with 3:57 to play in the second quarter. A 15-0 run for the Gamecocks. Harmon across the timeline. Passes right to Shea Holly. Holly, cross-court pass, almost tipped by Raven. Harmon able to pull it down. Harmon passes left to Booker. Booker back up top, 13 to shoot it. Here's Harmon dribbling right to the corner on the far side. Shot clock under 10. Back to Holly. Holly back to Harmon in the far corner. Puts it on the floor. 3 seconds to shoot it. Pulls up from the free throw line and buries it. And that ends that 15-0 run to make it 27-12. First points of the second quarter for the Longhorns. And the Gamecocks beat them in transition. Joyce Edwards gets down the floor, beats all the burnt orange and gets a layup. And it's 29-12. Great pass by Raven Johnson, the baseball pass. And it's 29-12. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Holly, guarded by Fulwiley in the man-to-man. Passes left to Booker. Down low to the big girl, Jones. Jones working on Fagan. Jumper up, no good. Rebound is going to be lost out of bounds to the Gamecocks. 2:53 to play here in the second quarter. It's 29-12 Gamecocks. Raven Johnson will bring it up. Rory Harmon will pick her up at the SEC logo. Gets it across. Passes right to Fulwiley. Fulwiley, stop and go dribble. Drives in the lane. Step back jumper, nowhere near. Rebound Fagan. Hook shot good. Fagan with the spinning hook, and the Gamecocks lead 31-12 with 2:32 to play in the second quarter. Here's Harmon. Guarded by Raven. Comes around a screen to her right, to the right elbow. Looking inside. Back up top to Carlton. Whistle away from the ball. Lane violation on the Longhorns. Carolina ball. 10th turnover by Texas. Gamecocks have it with 2:20 to play in the second quarter. Raven will get it across. Looks back to Coach Staley for the play. Started closely by Harmon. To Joyce Edwards, top of the circle. Joyce on the dribble, finds Fagan underneath, trying to fight through a double team. Fagan zips it out. Fulwiley, near corner three. No good. That would have brought the house down. But instead, Texas gets the rebound they want to run. Quickly down the floor. Booker around a screen. Pulls up from 16 straight away and got it. And it's 31-14. And for Booker, that's her first points. The SEC Player of the Year and missed her first 5 shots. Her first points come with 1:45 to play in the second quarter. Fulwiley drives in the lane. Spins around her opponent, but missed the layup. Oh, goodness. Got to finish those. 31-14. Gamecocks lead. Texas with the basketball. Booker will get it across the timeline. Gets it off to Harmon. Booker needed to tie her shoe, wanted someone to give the ball to. Missed opportunity for the Gamecocks there. Texas trying to get a little momentum before halftime. 10 to shoot it. Here's Jones, hands it off to Booker. Booker guarded by Tessa. To Holly on the baseline, 3 seconds to shoot it. To Rory Harmon, gets her man in the air, pull-up jumper to beat the buzzer, and she does. Oh, goodness. Rory Harmon beats the buzzer, and Coach Staley's going to burn a timeout with 1:03 to play here in the second quarter. So Texas, who hadn't scored for the first 6 minutes or so of the second quarter, has rattled off 6 points here to get back in this thing. Gamecocks still lead 31-16 with 1:03 to play in the first half. Hey, brought to you by Hardee's. For a limited time, indulge in our new menu of maple-flavored goodness. Sweet maple biscuits served all day long. Savory cherrywood smoked maple candied bacon on all your signature favorites. And breakfast now served till noon. 1:03 to play here in the first half. South Carolina leading top-ranked Texas 31-16. Gamecocks led by as many as 19, down to 15 here. See if the Gamecocks can finish strong. On the floor for the Gamecocks, Tahina Powell, Tessa Johnson, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, and Joyce Edwards. It'll be Carolina ball. They'll have to go the length of the floor. Halftime, we'll get you an update on the other Carolina sports as well as the other conference tournament championship games going on today. Powell will bring it across, met by Harmon. Under a minute to play in the first half. Man-to-man defense. Powell dribbling right. Now back to her left. Passes off to Tessa. Shot clock at 15. Tessa around a screen from Kitts to her right. Shot clock at 10. Up top to Kitts. Inside to Joyce Edwards. Spins to her left. Hook shot won't go down. Kitts with the rebound. Lays it in for 2, and it's 33-16. Chloe Kitts with the big board. 30 seconds to play here in the first half. And the Longhorns will dwindle the clock down as much as they can. About a 6-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Kitts now with 9 points in the first half. It's 33-16. 8 seconds on the shot clock for Harmon dribbling right. Guarded by Kitts on the switch. Up top to Carlton. They lob it inside. Stolen away by Joyce Edwards. 7 seconds to play. Here's Tessa Johnson across the timeline. Tessa finds Chloe Kitts. Oh, but too strong. The pass goes out of bounds with 1 second to play. Kitts was going to have a layup, but the pass was too strong from Tessa. And that would have brought the house down because that would have scored as the buzzer sounded. So missed opportunity there. Texas will have it with 1.3 seconds to go. Booker will trigger it in. Gamecocks provide pressure at half court, and that's it. They couldn't even get a shot off. Halftime here in Greenville. 20 minutes in the books. South Carolina leading top-ranked Texas here in the SEC Tournament Championship game. 33-16. The Gamecocks never trailed. It was never tied either. Let's see if the Gamecocks can put together another good 20 minutes trying to win their third SEC Tournament Championship in a row and 9th in the last 11 years. But still got 20 minutes of basketball, and we've seen in this tournament. Other teams able to come on strong in the second half. Let's hope that's not the case here today. But 33-16, South Carolina leading at the intermission. Parents, it's never too late or too early to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs, because if you're not talking to them, someone else is. Get conversation starters at openconversationsc.com. This message brought to you by Deotis, and this women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Deotis on the Gamecock Sports Network from their... And we welcome you back to Secours Wellness Arena here in Greenville, site of the 2025 SEC Women's Basketball Tournament Championship. Gamecocks leading top-ranked Texas 33-16 at the break. Let's see if they can find a way to keep the foot on the gas here in the second half. And again, recent history, that's been a little bit of an issue for the Gamecocks. Saw that in their first tournament win here over Vanderbilt on Thursday, where they had a 25-point lead, saw it get down to 5, and then closed the game on a 16-0 run to win it 84-63. Had a big lead against Oklahoma yesterday. Never got down to single digits, got down to 10, I believe, and the Gamecocks able to pull away and win 93-75. But you never know, right? You're playing the number one team in the nation. You've got to play for 40 minutes. We'll see what the Gamecocks can do here in the second half. Trying to win the rubber match here. Update Carolina baseball. They win a pitcher's duel to sweep the three-game series from Morehead State today, 1-0. And over on the softball diamond, after trailing early to top-ranked Oklahoma, South Carolina softball has tied it in the top of the fourth inning on a grand slam home run from Ella Chansey. So it's 6-6 against number one Oklahoma on the softball diamond. Game 2 of that three-game series, game 1 of a doubleheader today. Texas ball to start the third quarter, moving left to right in their burnt orange. Gamecocks in their home whites with the original starting five. Raven Johnson, Tahina Powell, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan. And we're underway here in the second half. Harmon across the timeline. Gamecocks stay. Looked like throwing a little 2-3 zone at him this year. Nope, it's back to the man-to-man. Back up top to Harmon. Harmon works it right side, feed it inside. Stolen away by Sanaya Fagan. And the Gamecocks come out of there with a turnover. Yeah, I got to cash into points here. They forced 11 turnovers in the first half. We lob it down low to Chloe Kitts. Gets her man in the air. Feeds it to Fagan. Now near corner. Powell wants three. Off the back rim, no good. Kitts with the offensive rebound on the other side. Back to Powell in the corner. To Breezy left side for three. No good. Oh, goodness. Got two good looks from distance. Couldn't knock them down. Gamecocks just 1 out of 8 from three-point range today. Here comes Harmon the other way. Dribbling to the left corner. Guarded by Powell. Pulls up in the lane. Jumper up and in. And Texas will start the scoring. 33-18. The lead is trimmed. Missed opportunity after we had a good entry pass into the post, but couldn't get a shot and had to settle for a pair of threes, and that just hasn't been our shot today. Here's Breezy Hall left side, cut off by Booker. Gamecocks lead is trimmed to 15 at 33-18. Minute gone by in the third quarter. Powell up top, guarded by Harmon in the man-to-man. Powell dribbling left with 10 on the shot clock. It open floor, and she dishes it out to Raven for three. No good. Why to that? She had an uncontested layup and threw it into the corner for a three. I don't understand it. Texas with the basketball. Booker driving left side on Kitts. Pull-up jumper from the baseline is short. They get the rebound, and Jones sticks it back in. It's 33-20. I really don't understand the decision on the last one. Powell had an uncontested layup driving in the basket. She kicked it out for three. Take the points. Here's Raven Johnson right side. Cut off in the corner. Feeds it inside to Kitts, and she's fouled before she can shoot it. It'll be Carolina ball, but a mini 4-0 run cuts it to 13. Goodness, stop shooting the threes. There were 1 for 9 from three-point range, and you could have had a layup. Raven Johnson will bring it in baseline right side. Gets it to Kitts up top, and we're back underway. Kitts to Pow, driving the lane. She'll take it this time and make the layup. There we go, 35-20. Pow with 4 points, back to a 15-point lead. 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. I know Pow knows more basketball than I do. Up top it comes Mwenentanda, passes left to Booker. Around a screen, driving the lane right side. Cut off by Breezy Hall, pulls up anyway, and they're going to get a foul on Breezy. Looks like Booker did a little bit of acting there, but that'll send Booker to the line. Booker does 2 points in the first half on 1 of 7 shooting, does have 8 rebounds. 7:50 to play here in the third quarter. First free throws of the game for the Longhorns. And it'll be Madison Booker, who's a good one. 84% from the line on the year. That's 5th in the SEC. The SEC Player of the Year, averaging 16.5 points a game. First free throw is good, and it's 35-21. One more time for Booker. Second free throw, back rimmed it no good. Breezy had the rebound, and then it's lost it. It's going to be loose on the floor, tied up, held ball, possession to Carolina. What a break there. Got to be aggressive grabbing those rebounds. Carolina ball, leading by 14. Pressure in the backcourt by the Longhorns here. Gamecocks need to come back to the basketball as they match up. Get it into Pow. She'll bring it up. Gets it across the timeline ahead of Holly. She'll pull it back and set it into the half court. Pow, stop and go dribble. Pulls it back out. We go double high with Fagan and Kitts. Pow passes left to Fagan coming out of the paint. Shot clock halfway down. Working right side to Pow. Pow on the dribble right side. Cuts across the baseline. Cut off there. Gets it inside to Kitts. Kitts trying to muscle her way up. Back out to Fagan at the free throw line. Got it! 15-foot jumper for Fagan, and it's 37-21. Fagan with 6 points. Fagan has been good in the mid-range in this tournament. 7:10 to play in the third quarter. Here come the Longhorns. Here's Booker around the screen, dribbling right, hands it off to Holly, driving in the lane. 12-foot jumper, rattles out no good. Rebound, Pow, and the Gamecocks have it. Pow pushing tempo, gets it across the timeline, lobs it down low for Kitts, knocked free by Harmon, stolen away by the Longhorns. Harmon could see it coming. Quickly down the floor, Harmon drives into the lane. Guarded by Pow, kicks it back out to Holly. Wide open look at a three, no good. Fight for the rebound. Corralled by Breezy Hall, and the Gamecocks have it. Gamecocks lead 37-25, 21 I should say. 6:35 to play in the third quarter. Raven Johnson slowly across the timeline to her left. Man-to-man defense for Texas. Shot clock already down to 13. Oh, we had Kitts driving towards the basket, couldn't get her the ball. Now we'll try it again. Ball knocked out of bounds by Mwenentanda. Carolina ball with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Ran the same play twice. Second time the Longhorns were ready for it. We'll bring it in baseline left side. Raven Johnson to do the honors. Everyone else goes to the other side of the floor. Lob it to Kitts inside the lane. Fumbles but recovers. Trying to muscle in against Mwenentanda. Shot off the glass. Rolled out no good. Went halfway down and popped out. We go for the steal in the backcourt. Don't get it. Texas with the basketball. 16-point lead for the Gamecocks. 6 minutes to play in the third. Harmon dribbling right. Cut off in the right corner. Gets it back out to Booker, and she stepped on the sideline out of bounds. It was a bad pass by Rory Harmon. Carolina ball. Got to take advantage of these turnovers now. Joyce Edwards in. Chloe Kitts out. Tessa Johnson in. Breezy Hall out. 5:58 to play in the third. Gamecocks lead is 16. We want to get another sub in. Mylasia Fulwiley will come in. She'll pick up Raven. Edwards will bring it in shy of midcourt. Gets it into Pow, and we're underway. Pow across the SEC logo. Guarded closely by Harmon. Up top to Fulwiley. Fulwiley around a screen to her left. Drives into the lane. It opens for her. Swatted away by big Taylor Jones. The 6'4" post, fourth from the SEC in block shots. Sent that one into next week with her 58th of the year. That's tough with 5'10" going against 6'4". The math doesn't math. Pow delivers up top to Fagan. We're back underway. Fagan, 12 on the shot clock. Puts it on the floor. Had the ball knocked out of her hands. It's loose on the floor. Fulwiley trying to collect it, and she's going to be fouled from behind by Brianna Preston. And the Gamecocks will have it as Preston picks up her second foul. 5:35 to play in the third. Gamecocks lead at 37-21. Another rock fight here. Low-scoring affair. Pow to bring it in, baseline left side. Up top to Fagan, and we're underway. Fagan wants somebody to come back and get the ball from him. Instead goes and throws it away. Was looking for Pow cutting across the baseline, and Fagan threw a fastball when she needed to throw a changeup to Pow across the baseline. Texas has it. 5:25 and counting in the third quarter. Gamecocks lead 37-21. Up top of it, Preston dribbling to her left. They run their weave. Gwen and Tonda working on Joyce Edwards. Back to Harmon, top of the circle, dribbling left. Fade away from the free throw line, no good, but Big Jones gets the rebound. We knock it out of her hands. Tessa Johnson picks up the loose ball. It'll be held up. Possession arrow favors Texas. It was a good defensive play there by Fagan to knock it free after they got the rebound. 5:06 to play in the third. Gamecocks lead 37-21. They'll get Shea Holly back in for Brianna Preston for the Longhorns. Well, now they're going to put Preston back in. No, she can't come back in. She just checked out. Yeah, they'll keep her at the scorer's table. Harmon will bring it in, baseline left side. Gets it into Holly. Pull-up jumper from 8 feet. Rolls off the rim, no good. But Gwen and Tonda got the rebound, and then she throws it over and back. That'll be Carolina ball. The Gamecocks will have it. Now Preston comes back in. Raven Johnson in for the Gamecocks. She'll pick up Pow. 5:01 to play in the third. Gamecocks lead 37-21. Got to take advantage of these turnovers. They've turned it over 15 times, but the Gamecocks not scoring off the turnovers. Edwards will trigger it in just in front of us. Gets it in the backcourt to Raven, and we're underway. Harmon picks her up at midcourt in the man-to-man. Dribbling right is Raven Johnson in front of Coach Staley on the Carolina bench. A lot of contact, no foul. Raven on the dribble with the left hand, passes left to Tessa. Tessa around a screen, passes right to Fagan. 13 to shoot it. Fagan drives, shoots, scores! Sanaya Fagan, 39-21 Gamecocks. Fagan with 8 points. 4:35 to play here in the third. Harmon across the timeline. Dribbling to her left towards the Texas bench. Up top it comes. Gwen and Tonda. Back to Madison Booker. Booker got away with a carry. Feeds it right side to Harmon. Inside to the big girl Jones. Jones slapped out of her hands, but they're going to call a foul on Fagan. And they'll send Taylor Jones to the free throw line when we come back. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. South Carolina leading Texas 39-21. Parents, it's never too late or too early to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. Because if you're not talking to them, someone else is. Get conversation starters at Open Conversation S overall in the last 11 seasons. Gamecocks trying to hold on to a big lead here, but with Texas, you never feel like they're out of it with the weapons they have, with Madison Booker, the SEC Player of the Year, and the big trees they have in the post. Gamecocks have spread their scoring around. Chloe Kitch with 9 points. 8 points for Sanaya Fagan. 7 points for Tessa Johnson. For the Longhorns, Rory Harmon with 8 points. The big post player, Taylor Jones, with 6. Madison Booker with 3. He does have 8 rebounds. Texas will be at the free throw line when play resumes after the foul on Fagan. It was her first. Big Taylor Jones will be at the stripe. 6'4", 60-year player. Spent 3 years at Oregon State. Now she's in her 3rd year at Texas. Good free throw shooter at 75%. And she'll get 2 cracks at it here to try to chip into this 18-point lead. Got the first one. Boy, she's living right. It hit the back of the rim, bounced 5 feet straight in the air and came down. But it counts. Second one was nothing but net. It's 39-23. 4:20 to play here in the third. Raven will get it across. Tight man-to-man coverage by Rory Harmon. Around a screen to her left is Raven. Raven looking inside. Feeds it to Joyce Edwards. Puts it up and in. She's fouled. Are they going to count the basket? Now the officials discussing something. What's this all about? Yeah, count the basket. Chance for a 3-point play for Joyce Edwards. I think Dee Kantner didn't see that the ball went through the hoop. So the and one there after the foul for Edwards, who's now got 6 points. It's 41-23. Follow-up free throw is good. 42-23, matching our largest lead with 4:08 to play. Edwards 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 77% on the year. Texas with the basketball. 4 minutes to play in the third. Here's Preston, top of the circle. Works it left side to Harmon. Feeds it inside to the big girl Jones, and she's fouled on the way up. Gamecocks tried to collapse on her, but just don't have the height. Jones does the smart thing, brings the ball up high as she goes to the basket instead of keeping it down low. And when you try to block it, you're going to get arm, and that's exactly what happened. Foul was on Tessa Johnson, her first. So they get 2 chances again, and Jones hits the first one after hitting 2 a moment ago. Again, you hate to put her at the free throw line, 75% on the year. And she hits both of them again, 42-25, 3:54 to play in the third. Raven Johnson will bring it up on Harmon as the teams trade points on that trip. Raven across the timeline. Around a screen from Kitts. Harmon stays with her. Gamecocks being a little bit deliberate here. Raven trying to stay out of trouble, gets it off to Fulwiley. Fulwiley kicks it out to Tessa, left side for 3. Bang! Got it! Three-pointer, Tessa Johnson, her second of the day, and the Gamecocks have their largest lead of 20 points as Tessa hits her second three-pointer, 39th of the year. Tessa Johnson with 10 points. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. There's Preston left side. They lob it inside for the big girl, and they're going to get a foul before the shot can go up. Again, we are having trouble denying the entry pass to their big girl, Taylor Jones, on the last 3 trips, and this will be her third straight trip to the foul line. Put that one on Raven, her first, and 2 more free throws upcoming for Taylor Jones, who's got 10 points, and she's 4 for 4 from the line. Gamecocks really trying to collapse on her, but she's using her size well. She'll make the first one. It's 45-26. 3:14 to play. There's not much else the Gamecocks can do. Second free throw also good. She's hit 6 in a row. 45-27, the lead is trimmed. 3:13 to play in the third. Gamecocks trying to keep the momentum. Tessa across the timeline, guarded by Booker, the player of the year in the SEC. Tessa, stop and go dribble to her right, around a screen, drives into the lane, it opens for her, and she rolls it up and in. Back to a 20-point lead. Tournament Tessa with 12 points with 2:53 to play in the third. Here's Harmon, top of the circle. 2:45 and counting. Harmon dribbling left. Up top it comes Tunda. Back to Harmon left side. 13 to shoot it. Passes right. Preston driving in the lane. Pull-up jumper blocked. Oh, late whistle and a foul, and we're going to send him to the line again. Not sure about that one. Looks like a clean block by Joyce Edwards. But 2 more free throws, and the Longhorns making some hay at the free throw line in the third quarter. It'll be Preston this time at the line, looking for her first points. The freshman from Jonesboro, Georgia, and a Wesleyan High School. A good free throw shooter herself at 73%. And she hits the first one to make it 47-28. The good news is the Longhorns haven't hit a field goal in 6 minutes. The bad news is they've hit 7 straight free throws. Make it 8 as they hit them both again, and it's 47-29 with 2:35 to play. The Longhorns will go to their bench as Jordan Lee, a freshman guard from Stockton, California, checks in, named to the SEC All-Freshman team. Carolina ball, 2.5 minutes to play in the third with an 18-point lead. Kitts across the timeline. Dribbling top of the circle. Passes left to Raven. Thinks about it. Spots up for 3. In and out, no good. And that's a foul underneath on Texas. Kitts was lined up for the rebound, and Tunda pushed her out of the way. It'll be Carolina ball. Tunda with her first. 3-pointers not going down with regularity for the Gamecocks today. Just 2 for 11. Both of them by Tessa Johnson. Raven will bring it in baseline left side. Gets it up top to Tessa. Tessa up top for 3 again. Off the front rim, no good. Raven can't save it. It'll be Texas ball. Well, Tessa had an open look, so you don't mind it. But you also like that the Gamecocks have been more aggressive going to the rim. 2:15 to play in the third. Texas with the basketball. Work it left side to the big girl Jones. Guarded by Edwards. Up top to Tunda. Guarded by Chloe Kitts. Kitts passes left, Rory Harmon. Looking inside, gets it in the corner instead. 3-ball for Jordan Lee, off the back rim, no good. Raven with the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Raven dribbling right, passes left to Tessa. Inside, Chloe Kitts against the big girl, has her shot blocked by Jones, and Jones let her know about it. Into the baseline, out of bounds. It'll remain with the Gamecocks. It's tough sledding there, going up against big Taylor Jones, who's 6'4", and takes up a lot of space as well. We'll get a sub in as Sanaya Fagan will check in. She'll pick up Chloe Kitts, who exits with 9 points. Raven will bring it in, baseline right side. 1:48 to play in the third. Up top it comes to Fagan, and we're underway. Fagan on the dribble to her right, feeds it to Raven, who fumbles but recovers in the corner. Back to Fagan, right wing. Shot clock at 10. Up top, Raven finds Fulwiley cutting in the lane. Dipsy-do won't go in. Oh, too fancy on the layup. And the Longhorns come out of there with it. If she takes it straight to the rack, it's a layup, but she got a little too fancy with it and then commits a foul on the other end on Rory Harmon. And now you give them 2 cracks at the free throw line, which is all the points they've been scoring this quarter. Gamecocks, you tell Fulwiley was a little frustrated with herself, a frustration foul there. And you have to know better than that. After you make a mistake, you can't allow them to score with the clock winding down. That's going to get Pow Pow off the bench. And yeah, Fulwiley's going to come out. Some bad decision making there on both ends. Fulwiley can electrify this crowd and this team, but sometimes you just got to take the easy layup. Rory Harmon at the free throw line, where she's very good, 76% on the year for the senior from Houston, and she hits the first one to make it 47-30. Harmon with 9 points. Longhorns 10 out of 11 from the free throw line. Make it 11 out of 12 as they hit 2 again, and it's 47-31. Can't keep giving them chances with the clock not moving. 1:25 to play in the third. 20-point lead, trimmed to 16. Tessa across the timeline, guarded closely by Harmon. Feeds Joyce Edwards right side on the baseline, puts it on the floor, spinning against Mwenentanda, puts it off the window for 2, and it's 49-31. Big-time move there by Joyce Edwards. She's got 9. Back to an 18-point lead with 1:05 to play in the third. Harmon dribbling right. Back to the top of the circle, Mwenentanda. Passes left to Jordan Lee. Back to Harmon left side, shot clock at 13. In the corner, Mwenentanda, long baseline jumper, no good. Pow Pow with the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Pow Pow surveys as she pushes it across the timeline. Feeds it to Edwards in the paint. Working against the big girl Jones. Spins, hook shot was maybe partially blocked because it was airballed. Rebound to Texas. 38 seconds to play in the quarter. Here's Harmon the other way. Drives in the lane. Off-balance shot won't go down. Jones gets the rebound and sticks it in for 2. And it's 49-33. The lead trimmed to 16. 28 seconds to play in the third. Gamecocks can work for the final shot if they're choosing. Jones now with 14 points and 8 rebounds to lead Texas. We have not been able to slow her down. Even on entry passes, she's getting to the free throw line. 15 seconds to play in the third. 16-point lead. 10 seconds now. Pow Pow around a screen to her right. Drives into the lane. Shot blocked from behind. Gets her own rebound. 4 seconds to play. Up top, Fagan for 3. Yes! And that's how the third quarter will end. Sanaya Fagan, the post player, with only her second three-pointer of the year in 5 attempts. And the Gamecocks will take a 19-point lead into the fourth quarter. It's 52-33. South Carolina leads Texas. Final frame coming up in just a moment. This women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Diotis on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Put together another good 10 minutes. SEC Tournament Championship on the line in the third meeting between these two schools. Gamecocks in their 6th straight SEC Tournament Championship appearance. They've won the last 2, looking for their 9th SEC Tournament Championship in the last 11 seasons. Texas, obviously, in their first year in the league, a terrific season, winning a share of the regular season title, and right now the #1 team in the country. Great crowd here at Bon Secours Wellness Arena. Not an empty seat to be found. Obviously a partisan Gamecock crowd, about 85% garnet and black. A decent smattering of Texas fans. That's a long trip. And then the usual fans who just come here for the weekend, for the week, from all the different schools that buy tournaments, hoping their team's going to be here on Sunday. And even if they're not, hey, it's not a bad place to play. Greenville's been a terrific host here with all that they've done to the downtown area. And it's a good spot for people to get to. Gamecocks trying to keep the foot on the gas for another 10 minutes. Just do what you're doing. Don't change a thing. On the floor to start the fourth quarter for the Gamecocks. It'll be the original starting five, it appears. Raven Johnson, Tahina Paopao, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, and Sanaya Fagan. And Breezy coming onto the floor almost collided with a Texas cheerleader who was doing a backflip. I wish you could have seen the look Breezy gave her. It'll be Carolina ball to start the fourth, moving right to left in their home whites, Texas in their burnt orange. Chloe Kitts will trigger it in at midcourt, gets it into Raven in the backcourt. We're underway, final 10 minutes of the SEC Tournament Championship game. Tight man-to-man coverage by Preston on Raven. Really botting her up there. Surprised they're not calling a foul. She's touched her more than twice. And then Raven throws it away. Made a poor entry pass, and it's stolen away by the Longhorns. Quickly down the floor, Harmon feeds it inside to the big girl Jones. We try to tie her up. Fadeaway jumper. Rolls off the rim, no good. Good defense there by Fagan to make her alter her shot, and Kitts gets the rebound. So the turnover doesn't hurt us. Gamecocks with the basketball. 9.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 52-33 Gamecocks. Here's Paopao right side, guarded by Harmon in the man-to-man. They've really picked up the pressure with their man-to-man. To Kitts right side, drives the baseline. Had the ball knocked out of her hands as Jones jumped in the air, and Harmon comes out of there with it. Back-to-back turnovers to start the fourth quarter. Harmon drives, puts up a jumper that hits the underside of the backboard. Fight for the rebound, and they're going to allow the timeout as Booker dove on the basketball. Didn't have possession, but they're going to say she did, and the Longhorns will keep it. So that'll send us to a break. 9:05 to play. Gamecocks still lead at 52-33. We'll be back in a moment. This women's basketball postseason broadcast. That series did the softball team on Friday with the four-time defending champion Oklahoma Sooners winning it 10-9. And they got rained out yesterday, so playing a doubleheader today. A good day so far on the diamond. Women's tennis beat Kentucky today as well, 4-0. So far a good day to be a Gamecock. Let's hope it continues here in Greenville. Gamecocks in their home white uniforms, garnet numbers trimmed to black. They'll take the floor with Raven Johnson, Tahina Paopao, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, and Sanaya Fagan. Texas in their burnt orange. It'll be Texas ball after they got the timeout. I didn't think Booker had possession. She dove on the ball on the loose floor, and then it squirted out from underneath her. But they granted the timeout, saying she had possession. I was a little surprised that they let that go. The Longhorns will bring it in front of their own bench. And we're underway as Harmon has it between the rings up top. Paopao on the defense. Shot clock at 15. Passing left to Booker. Back to the basket at the free throw line. Puts it on the floor. Pull-up jumper from 15. Back rimmed it no good. Raven outleaps Kyla Oldacre for the rebound. And the Gamecocks have it. Raven Johnson got some hops. Her fourth rebound. There's Raven, top of the circle. 8:40 to play. To Kitts. Left of the lane. Up top. Feeds it inside to Raven. Backdoor cut. Pull-up jumper, no good. She was off balance. Breezy collects the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. Got lucky there. The pass was a little off to Raven that prevented a clean layup. Raven's got it now between the rings. Shot clock down to 10. Guarded closely by Harmon. Got to do something with it. Raven around a screen to her right. Trying to drive. 3 seconds to shoot it. Pull-up jumper, another air ball. Rebounded by Booker. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Hey, I don't know about that. Booker had the ball and then lost the possession. And the shot clock went off. I thought Booker lost it on the baseline out of bounds. Apparently not. That's a couple of times today. The lead official, D. Kantner, who's normally very good, I think has missed something. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Still 52-33. Gamecocks lead Texas with the basketball. Here's Harmon right side. Looking inside, feeds it in the corner. Back to Harmon up top. Here's Booker trying to drive. Pulls up from the left elbow. In and out, no good. Raven with another rebound. And the Gamecocks have it. 7:45 to play. Fagan up top. Feeds it to Kitts. Kitts climbs the ladder. Has to pull it out as she's double teamed. Dribbles back to the corner. Gets it to Fagan right wing. Shot clock halfway down. 13 on the shot clock. It's been a rock fight here in the fourth quarter. Up top, Kitts trying to drive against Lee. 7 seconds to shoot it. Fade away from 15. Yes! Chloe Kitts with the bucket. She's got 11 and the Gamecocks lead 54-33, largest lead of the day with 7:18 to play. Here come the Longhorns. Jordan Lee up top. Passes left to Rory Harmon as they drive. Harmon pulls up from the foul line. Got it. He's tough off the dribble. 54-35. The point guard with a dozen points today. 7 minutes to play. Fagan will get it across. 19-point lead for the Gamecocks. Breezy Hall left side around a screen. Trying to drive. Kicks it out right side to Pow Pow. Shot clock at 15. Pow Pow on the dribble drive into the lane. Floater up. Back rimmed it no good. Goodness. Went halfway down and popped out. That's been the story here in the fourth quarter. Here comes Harmon the other way. Gets her man in the air. Pulls up from the left elbow and buries another one. And it's 54-37. Back-to-back buckets for Harmon. Texas starting to heat up. Full court pressure. Somebody's got to come back to the basketball. And we're going to burn a timeout before we can turn it over. And this has been a problem in the SEC tournament for the Gamecocks. Not recognizing they need to come back to the basketball. 6:31 to play. Texas on a little bit of a run. It's 54-37. Gamecocks take a timeout, so we'll step aside as well. This women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Diotis on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. 1-0. Softball leading Oklahoma in the bottom of the fifth, 8-6, but the Sooners threatening with 2 on and nobody out. In game 2 of that series, game 1 of a doubleheader. Gamecocks led at halftime 33-16 and led by as many as 21 here a moment ago before back-to-back buckets by the Longhorns have cut it to 17. On the floor for the Gamecocks, Tina Pow Pow, Tessa Johnson, Malaysia Fulwiley, Chloe Kitts, and Joyce Edwards. Texas has got their big girl Oldacre in. It'll be Carolina ball. They'll have to go the length of the floor, moving right to left, and we'll see some pressure here by the Longhorns. The Gamecocks took a timeout because nobody was coming back to the basketball. Something we've struggled with a little bit in this tournament is recognizing pressure and coming back to help out. Kitts begging for someone to come back, throws it into Fulwiley and threw it out of bounds. Coming out of a timeout, are you kidding me? Nobody coming back to the basketball. Kitts had to throw it high for Fulwiley. Someone's got to take some charge out there. 4 turnovers here in the fourth quarter for the Gamecocks. Cannot keep doing that. Up top it comes to Booker. Guarded by Tessa. Work it left side in the corner to Lee. On the dribble drive. Pulls up left elbow. Back rimmed it no good. Nobody rebounding. Longhorns with the basketball. Here's Harmon. Dribbling left side. Pulls up from 12 feet. Missed it. And Pow Pow with the rebound. Gamecocks have it. 6 minutes to play. Gamecocks lead 54-37. Fulwiley in the corner. Drives the baseline and is not. How is that not a foul? Was knocked out of bounds. We're going to just call it a blocked shot. It'll be Texas ball. 5th turnover of the quarter. Fulwiley driving the baseline. Got knocked out of bounds. No foul call. I don't understand it. Oldacre, the 6'6" post, has knocked her out of bounds. Texas with the basketball. Left side it comes to Preston. On the dribble drive against Fulwiley. Cut off in the lane. Feeds it back up top. Shot clock down to 10. Booker pulls up from the left baseline and buries it. Just her second field goal. And here come the Longhorns on a 6-0 run. It's 54-39 with 5:35 to play. Gamecocks could use a bucket here to get some momentum back. They've got 5 turnovers here in the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. Feeds it down to Kitts, who's by herself and lays it up and in. Not sure how Chloe Kitts got that wide open, but we'll take it 56-39. Kitts with 13 points. Approaching the midpoint of the fourth quarter. Back to a 17-point lead. Here's Harmon up top. Feed it to Booker. Now Jordan Lee, top of the circle to Harmon left side. She's had a good second half. Harmon driving in the lane. Kitts picks her up on the switch. 10 to shoot it. Back up top. Preston for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Oldacre has the rebound, but then falls to the ground. Traveling called. Carolina ball. Coach Vic Schaefer arguing that call, but you got bailed out on a call here on the other side. He's got nothing to complain about. Or a no call a moment ago. Raven Johnson in. Tina Pow Pow out. Full court pressure by Texas with 4:58 to play in the game. Kitts the trigger woman. Struggling to get it in. We get it into Tessa. Working against Jordan Lee. She'll get it across the timeline. Drives to the free throw line. We'll pull it back out and maybe work some clock. Gamecocks lead it by 17 with 4:45 to play. The clock is our friend right now. Shot clock down to 12. Now we'll start our offense. Here's Edwards up top, dribbling right against Big Oldacre. Feeds it out to Raven left side. She'll put it on the floor. Knifing her way in. Floater up, missed it short. Rebound Harmon. Gamecocks not much offense here in the fourth quarter. Here comes Harmon the other way. Zips it out. Booker for three. Got it. Madison Booker hits her 25th of the year. The trailer was wide open, and it's 56-42. Full court pressure, and they steal it in the backcourt. Took it away from Tessa. Shot by Booker, no good. Kitts with the rebound, and the Gamecocks have it. 4:10 to play. The lead down to 14, as close as Texas has been in quite some time. Gamecocks trying to hold on, but not taking care of the basketball here in the fourth quarter. Raven right side, shot clock at 15. Hands it off to Tessa, and there's a foul, finally, on Jordan Lee. Didn't think we were going to get a whistle on this side after some of what we've seen. We'll get Breezy Hall back into the game. Who's she coming in for? Breezy will pick up Fullwight. 3:54 to play. Gamecocks lead 56-42, led by as many as 21. It's down to 14. Raven will bring it in just in front of us. Started by Rory Harmon. She does some jumping jacks in front of her. Someone's got to come back to the basketball, and we finally get it into Breezy. Boy, we are in danger of 5 counts often. 15 on the shot clock for Raven at the SEC logo. Raven dribbling right. Shot clock down to 10. Raven around a screen from Kitts. Dumps it down low to Tessa. Tessa puts it up and in traffic. Tough finish there, and it's 58-42. Great look by Raven. Not sure how she got it there. Tessa with 14 points to lead Carolina today. 3.5 minutes to play here in Greenville. Trying to hold on. There's Harmon driving across the free throw line. Into the lane. Spins to her left. Pull-up jumper. Left it short. Rebound. Joyce Edwards, and the Gamecocks have it. She'll hand it off to Tessa. 3:10 to play in Greenville. Gamecocks with a 16-point lead. Tessa bodied up as she crosses midcourt. No foul call. Gamecocks working as much clock as they can. Up top to Chloe Kitts. Preston trying to buy an offensive foul, not getting that garbage. Kitts dribbling to her right. Pulls up from the free throw line. Rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Madison Booker. Under 3 minutes to play. Here come the Longhorns. Booker, stop and go dribble. Gets past Breezy. Drives and scores on the layup, and it's 58-44. Timeout taken by Vic Schaefer. The lead down to 14 with 2:45 to play. Booker heating up. She's in double figures with 10 points. I believe 8 of those coming here in the fourth quarter. She's also got 10 rebounds for her 7th double-double of the year on 4 of 13 shooting. Inefficient, but starting to heat up and get her team back in it. And the Gamecocks hold on here, leading by 14 with 2:45 to play. I believe Texas is out of timeouts. Gamecocks have 2 remaining. We'll keep it right here. Gamecocks lead at 58-44, trying to hold on against this late charge from the Texas Longhorns. Harmon started the comeback, if you will, and now Booker, the SEC Player of the Year, starting to heat up. Gamecocks have done a good job on her in the previous 2 meetings. She had just 7 points in the first meeting on 3 of 19 shooting. She did have 20 points in the win for Texas in Austin, but on 7 of 22 shooting. So the Gamecocks defended her well. Today, 4 out of 13, which you'll take that, but a big 3 really sparked the Longhorns. It was their first 3-pointer of the game a moment ago. So 2:45 to play. Gamecocks lead was 21. It's down to 14 again. We'll have to go the length of the floor, facing their full court pressure. And we have not handled it very well. It'll be Raven Johnson, Tessa Johnson, Breezy Hall, Chloe Kitts, and Joyce Edwards on the floor. Edwards will be the trigger woman. Got to get it in. They're not guarding the inbound. As Joyce gets it into Chloe Kitts. It was knocked out of her hands by Booker. We're really struggling to come back to the basketball and get it, as they are wearing it like a blanket. Again, it'll be Joyce to trigger it in. She can't run the baseline. And we're ready to go. Again, not guarding the inbound pass. Joyce gets it into Raven. Tight defense by Holly. Raven able to get past her and across midcourt. We'll settle into the half court and run some clock here. Tight man-to-man by Holly. 2:35 to play here in Greenville. Here's Joyce Edwards, top of the circle, fumbles but recovers, gets it out to Raven. Raven dribbling right, back to Joyce. Joyce driving left side, pull-up jumper, got it! And it's 60-44. Joyce Edwards with 11 points. That one hit the flat part of the iron and then rolled in. Got lucky. 16-point lead with 2:13 to play. Here come the Longhorns. Up top is Booker, working on Kitts, driving in the lane, kicks it back out. Here's Preston, ball knocked out of her hands. Breezy Hall comes out of there with it. One girl to beat as she drives the length of the floor. She'll lay it up and in, and the Gamecocks lead 62-44 off the turnover. 1:58 to play here in Greenville. Here's Holly left side, can't pull the trigger on the three. Gamecock fans on their feet, they're smelling another championship. Here's Booker up top. Left side to Jordan Lee, shot clock at 13. Inside to Oldacre, puts one up, no good. Joyce Edwards boxes out, tips the rebound to Kitts, and the Gamecocks have it. 1:35 to play. Gamecocks with an 18-point lead. Coach Dawn Staley 4-0 against Vic Schaefer in SEC Tournament Championships. She's about to go 5-0. Gamecocks a minute 20 away from another title. We go underneath the Kitts. Gets by Booker, misses the layup, gets the rebound, and sticks it in for two, and the Gamecocks lead by 20 with 1:14 to play. Garnet and Black faithful on their feet. They can smell it. Championship Sunday. Three ball from the corner was blocked by Tessa Johnson. Out of the hands of Shea Holly to remain with Texas. 1:04 to play. Staying on your feet, Garnet and Black. Booker out. The player of the year will exit with 10 points and 10 rebounds on 4 of 13 shooting. The Gamecocks did a number on her. Chloe Kitts will exit with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Miriam Dowda checks in for the first time in the second half. And Maddie McDaniel, the freshman from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, checks in for the first time today, picking up Raven Johnson, who gets some good words from Coach Dawn Staley. Longhorns will bring it in baseline left side. They get it into Oldacre on the left baseline. 1 minute to play here in Greenville. Oldacre kicks it up top to Codio. Back on the right side, Jordan Lee, 13 to shoot it. Back to Codio, right side. 10 seconds to shoot it. Bounce pass back to Holly, right wing. Shot clock under 10. Battle going on under the boards. They're going to get a foul on Miriam Dowda as she and Oldacre were really battling. First foul on Dowda, but it doesn't matter. 48 seconds to play. Gamecocks are that close to their 9th SEC Tournament Championship and 3rd in a row. They go underneath to Holly. She'll miss the layup, but will go to the line on the foul with 46.8 seconds to play. Gamecocks have never trailed in this game. They scored the first 4 points. Texas never tied it. Another trophy's coming to Columbia. Shea Holly at the free throw line. Looking for her first point. She's 0 for 7 from the floor. Gamecock defense has been outstanding, and she misses the first free throw. A 78% free throw shooter. One more time for Holly. She'll hit that one, and it's 64-45. Full court pressure. Edwards gets it into Maddie McDaniel. The freshman will race across the SEC logo. Gamecocks don't even have to shoot it if they don't want to. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 37 on the game clock. Tight man-to-man coverage. McDaniel dribbling right, drives into the lane. Shot blocked by big Oldacre. Here come the Longhorns 2-on-1 the other way. Codio goes underneath to Holly, who saves it from going out of bounds and throws it to a Gamecock. 23 seconds to play, that'll do it. Gamecocks can dribble out the clock. We don't need a coin flip for this one. There can be only one. For the 3rd year in a row and 9th time in 11 years, the South Carolina Gamecocks are SEC Tournament champions. Spurs up, horns down. South Carolina knocks off number 1 Texas, 64-45 to take the title as the confetti will fall here in Greenville. We'll take a timeout and start our wrap-up after this. This women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Diotis on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Back in Greenville, a joyous celebration here. The South Carolina Gamecocks are SEC Tournament champions for the 9th time in 11 years and the 3rd year in a row as we begin the post-game locking report driven by Jim Hudson Automotive, joined by assistant coach Jolette Law. And Coach, congratulations. Tremendous win here over the number 1 team in the country, 64-45. And I just got to say, defense was outstanding today. Your thoughts on today's game?
I mean, these kids were locked in from day one. I mean, they were just like, Coach Law, what do we got to do? I was like, it's going to be, it was WWE, not WWE. We knew it was going to be a fight. We knew it was going to be a wrestle. They're tough. And I just told them, we can't let them out-tough them. We got to let everybody in the country know we're the toughest team in the country. And they came out there and they played tough. To hold a team like Texas to 45 points, kudos to Vic Schaefer and the Texas Longhorns, but big kudos to our kids.
Yeah, huge win to take 2 out of 3 from them, and you guys were both co-champions in the regular season. To win the rubber match was huge, and I thought your bigs were big all tournament long. I thought this was one of the best complete games, 3 in a row, that I had seen from Sanaya Fagan on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. And she had some big jobs, and I think passed with flying colors here this weekend.
Definitely. I mean, I call her in B. That's who she's been playing like. She's so skilled. She can shoot the 3. She can put the ball on the floor. And what she did tonight, she played this great defense. She was boxing out Taylor Jones. I mean, Taylor Jones and Odaker, it's a tall task, but she said, whatever I have to do, if I have to guard a guard, if I have to grab the post, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this win. And
Coach,
they did that.
Yeah, we've got a couple weeks before the NCAA tournament. Go celebrate with your team. You can enjoy this for more than 24 hours.
Yes, we're coming home, Gamecocks!
There you go, Gillette Law. The post-game coaches interview brought to you by Jim Hudson Automotive. Gamecocks a winner over number 1 Texas today, 64-45, to claim the tournament title and win the rubber match with the Longhorns. We'll take a timeout, come back with some final numbers in the contest, and hopefully find out who made the all-tournament team, who was named MVP as well in just a moment. This women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Deotis on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Back in Greenville as the post-game locker room report driven by Jim Hudson Automotive continues. Gamecocks are SEC tournament champions again for the 9th time in 11 years and the 3rd year in a row. The Gamecocks knock off number 1 Texas here, 64-45 to claim their title. They'll be handing off the trophy and naming the all-tournament team shortly. And the crowd on their feet here again, obviously a partisan Gamecock crowd. Let's run through the final numbers in the contest. First for Texas, who drops to 31-3 on the season. They will surely be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. They shot just 30% from the floor, 1 out of 8 from three-point range. They did hit 12 out of 14 from the free throw line for 86%. Gamecocks did win the battle under the boards as we out-rebounded the Longhorns 37-35. 3 players in double figures for the Longhorns, led by Rory Harmon with 14 points. Taylor Jones had 14. Madison Booker with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, but the Gamecocks held her to 4 of 13 shooting. They've done a number on her all 3 times they faced her. 2 points apiece for Mwenentenda. Kyla Oldacre, the big post player, was not a factor today. Brianna Preston with 2 as well. 1 point for Shea Holly to round out their scoring. For the Gamecocks, 4 players in double figures, led by Chloe Kitts with 15 points, 9 rebounds. 14 points off the bench for Tessa Johnson. 11 points apiece for Joyce Edwards and Sanaya Fagan, who was outstanding in this tournament. 5 points for Malaysia Fulwiley. 4 points for Tina Pow, 2 apiece for Breezy Hall and Raven Johnson to round out our scoring as the Gamecocks pick up their 30th win of the season to improve to 30-3, 8th 30-win season for Coach Dawn Staley. They will be heading to the NCAA tournament for the 13th consecutive year as they knock off number 1 Texas here, 64-45. We'll take a timeout, come back with our Terminex Pest Player of the Game right after this. This women's basketball postseason broadcast is proudly presented by Day.